everyone and welcome back to Lizzie in Disneyland. Today I'm going to be taking part in the Disneyland Paris Tag. This is a very old tag. I remember seeing it at least 2 years ago from my friend Jenny in Neverland, and I know the post was older than that. This tag has got to be about 4 or 5 years old now, but as I've never been tagged in it, I wanted to do it myself and tag some of my friends to take part, to try and restart the tag again. So today I'm wearing my Disneyland Paris t-shirt that you will have seen on my Instagram, and the questions are all written in the Shop Disney UK Up notebook. This is the notebook I am using to plan blog posts and videos that are to do with my Disney trips, and as I'm going to Disneyland Paris this year, what better time than now to do this tag. So there are 10 questions. I will leave them in my description down below in case you want to take part yourself. But before I begin, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And with that being said, let's start the questioning. So the first question is, what year did you first visit Disneyland Paris and how old were you? Right, so I know we went for my 3rd birthday in 1997. I was actually still 2 years old at the time. We went so that I actually turned 3 in Disneyland Paris. So yeah, my first trip was 1997 and I was 2 years old. The second question is, which of the Disneyland Paris hotels have you stayed in, if any, and do you have a favourite? So I have stayed in every Disneyland Paris hotel except the Hotel New York that is being refurbished right now, and the Hotel Santa Fe, which my parents stopped in without me. I'm not sure whether it counts, but I also haven't stopped in the Davy Crockett camping one either. So that is a total of 3, but the rest I have stayed in. But I have stayed in the rest. If you watched my year of YouTube video, I talk about that in a little more detail. I will leave a card up above. So the third question is, let us in on where the best places to eat within both parks and the Disney Village are. Okay, so I've only eaten in one place in the village, and that was Planet Hollywood, and it was okay, but I had to have a pizza and I didn't really like the way they cook pizza, as I like my pizza quite overdone. But this year we are hoping to eat at the Rainforest Cafe, so I will give you trip reports and let you know what it's like to eat in the Disney Village. So make sure you're subscribed for that. In Walt Disney Studios, I only eat in Studio 1. I can't pronounce what the restaurant's called, I'm not even going to attempt it, so I will put it here for you guys. In the main Disneyland park I have 4 favourites, and they are Casey's Corner for their hot dogs, Toad Hall for their fish and chips, Plaza Gardens for basically everything, the experience, the food, stuff like that, and Cafe Hyperion in Tomorrowland for the experience, because you get to watch a show or some cartoons while you're eating, and I really like that. It's a lot like being at home for me. I always catch up on YouTube videos while I'm eating my dinner. The fourth question is, where is your first port of call when entering the Disneyland park? So it basically depends on what time we get there. We like to get there very early, but last time I don't think we got in until about 1. So we did eat first and I shopped. It is a very famous story that the first shop I went in Disneyland Paris, in October 2017, I dropped €125 in one go. They had all the Tsum I wanted, and I was just like, there you go, there's my money, take my money. I knew I got the main things I wanted, but I did end up running out of money because I didn't budget well enough, clearly. But on a day when we get there early and we've already eaten, I go straight to It's a Small World. Question 5 is, do you have a favourite land? If so, why? So it's just always been Fantasyland for me. I spend most of my time there. My favourite rides mostly are in there, and I just love the aesthetic. Question number 6 is, which ride could you ride over and over and over and never tire of? Okay, so there's a lot of rides I could do this for, but I'm going to say It's a Small World. It has always been my favourite ride of all time, and I'm probably the only person ever who doesn't get sick of the song. Honourable mentions also go to Pirates of the Caribbean and Phantom Manor, as I could ride those forever too. Question number 7 is, Disneyland Park or Walt Disney Studios? It's got to be Disneyland Park for me. In every resort I've been to so far, their Disneyland or their Magic Kingdom is always my favourite. I think it's because there's so much diversity. You've got thrill rides, you've got kids rides, you've got dark rides, There's separate lands, everything is very aesthetically pleasing, there is so much detail and I just adore it. So it's always Disneyland Park, and especially at Disneyland Paris because of that castle. The only thing that makes this a little bit harder for a Disneyland Paris tag is that the partner statue is in the studios. That doesn't happen at parks in America. Walt is always right in front of the castle, and I think I would love Disneyland Paris even more if that was the case. I'm not sure how he would look in front of the castle, as I'm not used to seeing him in front of our Paris castle. Question number 8. Tell us about your favourite character meeting ever at Disneyland Paris. Okay, so this one's got to be Rapunzel. I met her the day after my 21st birthday because we had a lot planned on my 21st birthday. I didn't want to queue for 3 hours on my birthday, so I did it the next day, I think. And the week before, I'd had a cake made with Rapunzel and Flynn on top. I'm going to leave a picture for it here. So I showed her a picture of this cake, and she smiles, obviously, because I've had her made in cake, because that's how much I love her, and she just looked at the cake and went, "They can never get Eugene's nose right," and I was just, that was the perfect interaction. I also got a very lovely hug out of her, which I'm never going to forget. So yes, it would be Rapunzel if you asked me. However, if you asked my mum, her favourite character meeting of mine was when I was 2. Apparently, when we first got there, I walked straight up to Mickey Mouse. There mustn't have been queues at the time, he must have been a free roaming character back then. I literally grabbed onto his hand and we walked off down Main Street, and my mum was crying. I wish I could find that for you guys, because we do have it on a video and I would love to show you that interaction because I don't even remember it myself. Question number 9 is, what is a parade or show from any year that is most memorable to you? My memory isn't great because obviously I'm nearly 25, but I can remember the Main Street electrical parade that they used to do at Disneyland Paris. I just remember it getting dark. I had one of those little Buzz Lightyears that you pressed and he spun around and lit up, and I just think it's such a good parade, and I love Paint the Night in California, so I really wish Disneyland Paris would bring that back. Obviously their fireworks show I will always get upset at, so honourable mention to that as well. Finally, question number 10, you can only ride one, Mad Hatter's Teacups or Dumbo the Flying Elephant. This is really difficult because I only ride either of them if they've got a short wait, and I do enjoy both of them, I just don't think they're worth a massive wait. So I would say if I could only ride one, it would be the Mad Hatter's Teacups, because I really love that you can take really good pictures on that ride as well. But I'm sorry Dumbo, I do love you as well, but Dumbo is a little bit more, there's other rides like Dumbo at the Disneyland parks. You've got the Astro Orbiter, I'm not sure if that's what it's actually called in Disneyland Paris, and you've got the Aladdin ride in Studios. It's something that's replicated a few times throughout the park, so the Teacups is a little bit more unique, and I'm lucky that it doesn't make me dizzy. So that was the Disneyland Paris tag. As I said, I'm sorry this is such an old tag, I just really wanted some questions to answer about Disneyland Paris. I have already asked them if they want to take part, but I am going to tag Hannah from Disney in Spring and Lauren from Lauren's Disney Collection. I will leave their links in the description box down below, make sure you subscribe to them. Me and Hannah did recently do a collaboration. I'm going to leave a card up above so you can watch that. If you would like to take part, of course feel free. Just link to this video in your description, and of course send me a link so that I can watch it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed already, you can do so by clicking my face down here, and you can watch some of my older videos by clicking here and here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon for another video.